Where do we come from? This is a brief animated story of the creation of the human soul. I don't claim to know experientially all of the principles I illustrate in this video, but I have a desire to share with you things I've heard and am experimenting with because I find them really fascinating. It's only through personal experience we come to know things in our hearts as truth, and we can all embark on this quest of discovery if we desire. The information contained here is from sources I trust, and you can find more info about that in the links below the video. So first of all, there exists God. This is God's soul, and people often think of God as being either male or female, but God's got both masculine and feminine qualities. God is super intelligent and powerful. In fact, God created the universe and everything in it. Some people think God might be kind of like an impersonal sort of energy source, but this isn't true. God has qualities which make her very personal and relatable. Firstly, God is a loving God. We are each one of us, regardless of religion, race, culture, colour, sexuality or gender, equal and capable of personal relationship with God. God is personally interested in each one of us. He feels compassion for us and knows our troubles. He's kind and wants to assist us to be happier. I've heard that God is like the most loving parent possible, different to the parents most of us have experienced on earth. Because God is so different to what we know, we can find it hard to believe such a relationship is possible. I know I do. So if God is the parent, then that makes us human souls her children. So God created our souls, and I've got no idea how many souls, but I'm guessing a lot. And each soul is totally unique. God seems to love diversity. We can see that in the world around us. So let's take a closer look at one aspect of these souls, gender and sexuality. Pink represents feminine qualities and blue here represents masculine qualities. So this soul is dominantly feminine, this soul is dominantly masculine, and this soul has more equal distribution of feminine and masculine qualities. So you might be wondering, how does this work out if there's only two genders? Well, these are the whole souls, and God actually made our souls to split in two. So when this dominantly feminine soul splits, it will have two female bodies, one for each half of the soul, and will be a homosexual female couple. When this dominantly masculine soul splits, it will have two male bodies, one for each half of the soul, and will be a homosexual male couple. And for this soul in the middle, which has got more even amounts of masculinity and femininity, the soul splits in two and the masculine half will have a male body attached, while the feminine half will have a female body attached. This is a heterosexual couple. So God actually made us to experience life with our perfect mate, the other half of ourself or our soulmate. While God created our souls, it's the act of sex or any other form of conception which creates the bodies to be attached to the soul. The bodies, both physical and spirit bodies, but perhaps more on that in another video, are the soul's initial way of experiencing life and becoming self-aware. This is a graph to show the distribution of the human soul's sexuality. This axis here represents the number of souls, and this axis down the bottom is a gender. So we have dominant masculinity down this end, with a gradient through to dominant femininity down this end. So the distribution looks something like this, called a bell curve. Remember, this is a representation of the whole soul, so before it splits in two. Each complete soul lies somewhere on this spectrum, and the location on the spectrum will determine what two genders of bodies the soul will incarnate into. So to recap, there exists a God who created our souls and feels towards us as a loving parent feels towards her children. And we were created as part of a soulmate pair, so two halves of the one soul, either homosexual or heterosexual. I hope you enjoyed this brief animation. You can find out more information about these fascinating topics by following the links below or by visiting divinetruth.com or the Divine Truth YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for watching. My name's Phoebe.